what a 12-team playoff would look like this year. Is it better or stupid? That's what Caleb Calhoun asked. So basically, you would have the top 4 teams getting a bye. And lay this out for me, because we were at our 3:45 a.m. Production meeting, and we went through this, and Caleb may be smarter than me, because I got a little bit lost. So let me ask you, would you like to see a 12-team playoff right now? Let me hear from you on the message board. And then Caleb's going to run through this, because if you don't follow him on Twitter, it's at Caleb Calhoun. You probably don't know that he hates the idea of a 12-team playoff. He was crying alone on Saturday during the SEC championship game, and he kept saying, "No more Vern, no more Vern," because he loves Vern Lundquist, CBS, and the SEC championship game, which I hate to tell you, Caleb, is still going to be relevant, even though you don't think it is. But before we get to your breakdown of a potential 12-team playoff, I'll remind you that Hemp House is the premier hemp dispensary online, and with a wide variety, great selection, and strict standards to ensure you only receive the best in CBD or Delta products. Hemp House Chat with 2Ts.com. Hemp House Chat with 2Ts.com. Use the promo code HOOKED and get 10% off. Hooked, get 10% off. And they also have the Big Orange Crunch, which is pretty darn awesome. All right, so the college football playoff, if it started a week from Saturday, I would be so excited. It would be so phenomenal. But Caleb's going to rain on my parade. Let's get your thoughts on the college football playoff, the 12-team. Are you for it? Are you against it? Caleb, let's hear where you stand. I have a feeling.
Here's my thoughts on what the 12-team playoff would look like if it went into effect this year. Yes, that's right. I did that. Okay, this is absolutely stupid. Let me break down for you guys. It's the top 6 conference champions, and then the top 6 at large. They favor, when they're seeding, they weight conference championships. So let's just break down this utter stupidity. And by the way, I'm doing it what the alignment of the conferences will be next year. Okay. So
I wouldn't. People back me on the message board and talk about how awesome this 12-team playoff is going to be.
Okay, here's
I'm
what
just
it would be.
asking.
This is so stupid.
I'm openly asking people to support me, which I usually don't do because I'm always right.
Okay, but if we're going to have the argument, you got to let me lay out what it would look like real quick, and why it would look so stupid. So, auto bids. Michigan or Washington would receive an auto bid, because only one of them is going to win the Big Ten next year, because they're both going to be in the Big Ten, which is stupid on its own. Okay. The other auto bid, Alabama or Texas, because those 2 teams will be in the SEC. I guess you would theoretically say Texas, since they beat Alabama this year. So let's just go with Texas gets the auto bid from the SEC. Okay. Is that fair, Dave?
Okay. I'll roll with that.
So so Michigan or Washington, Texas, Florida State, and Arizona, because they'll be in the Big 12. They would be Big 12 champs this year. Those would be the 4 teams to get the first round bye in the college football playoff. Arizona getting a first round bye is stupid. They're not better than Alabama, Georgia, Michigan, Washington, whatever. Okay, so now let's go to the other 2 auto bids. You ready for these auto bids, Dave? Oh my God, I'm so excited to see these teams. Liberty University. I think I'd rather watch what Jerry Falwell Jr. and his wife were doing in the bedroom for fun back in the day with the pool boy than I would rather watch Liberty in the playoff. Okay, I think Jerry Falwell Jr. puts on a better spectacle with all those shenanigans. And then SMU. Liberty and SMU are going to get so blown out by whoever they play, because those teams will play in the first round. Let me give you the other first round teams. It would be Michigan or Washington. Let's just say Michigan, because Michigan would be the Big Ten champion for Washington, right? They'd beat Washington, wouldn't they?
I would think.
Okay, so let's just say Washington is an at-large. Washington's an at-large, Alabama's an at-large, Georgia's an at-large, Ohio State's an at-large, Oregon's an at-large, and Missouri's an at-large. You're going to get to watch Liberty play Georgia in the first round of the tournament. Wow! I can't wait to see that game. I can't wait to see what Liberty's going to do to Georgia. They might come within 75 points of Georgia. What do you think, Dave?
I think I want to have this discussion on January the 2nd if Liberty hangs with the Ducks.
That doesn't count. It's not a playoff game. Oregon doesn't care to be there.
No, I understand. But talent-wise, you'll be able to look on the field and see if it's close or it's way, way separated. I don't have a problem with the Liberty getting a chance in a 12-team playoff. I had a problem with Cincinnati getting a shot in a 4-team playoff because I thought there were 4 teams significantly better than them. A 12-team playoff
and what happened to them?
Well, I mean, they got blown out, but a 12-team playoff gives you a little bit more wiggle room. And, TCU, I thought, did enough last year where you think there could be an upset or two along the way. Would Liberty beat the number 5 seed? Probably not, but let's see how close it is. Let's see how close it is. I would be excited to see that.
No, this is so ridiculous. This is so ridiculous. And by the way, you guys like this. Dave, you're the one who said it yesterday. This is a television show. Okay? I'm sorry. The bowl games the college football playoff, by the way, has been a failure the last 10 years. The BCS was better than the college football playoff. There's not even a question about that. Because when you had 4 teams in the college football playoff, you know how bad the games have been for the most part the last 10 years? They were mostly more like TCU, Georgia, than they were like Georgia, Ohio State.
Right, but you're not seeing the big picture of this. The big picture is everything is trending towards more parity. It is.
It's not going to be that significant.
You're adding NIL and you're adding transfer portal, and you're not saying that parity is not going to be significant. I think it's going to be pretty darn significant.
I think there's more parity coming. I don't think there's enough parity coming to the level where Liberty can ever come within 50 points of Georgia.
Well, I mean, probably not, but that's why the first 4 teams get a bye.
Yeah, but Georgia wouldn't get a bye this year. That's the thing.
Here's what you don't remember, Caleb, because I'm older than you. I remember split national champions.
Those were fun.
Those aren't fun at all. Those are stupid.
Those were fun. Mythical national champions was what they called them.
What? No, I'm talking to AP coaches poll.
I know that was before 1998. It was called the era of mythical national champions for college football.
Oh, okay. I hadn't heard that term, but that was awful. This is way better.
There was a simple fix. You know what the fix was, Dave? You didn't need the BCS. You didn't need the playoff. You know what the fix was? And by the way, it'd be epic if they had this year. Here was my fix. Play all the bowl games, all the bowl tie-ins. By the way, old school bowl tie-ins. SEC goes to the Sugar Bowl. I guess now just Big Ten goes to the Rose Bowl. You don't need the Pac-2 gets an automatic Rose Bowl invite. But okay, go back to the old tie-ins of SEC Sugar Bowl, Big Ten Rose Bowl. You know what I'm talking about. ACC Orange Bowl, all those. Play the bowl games. Then just do a +1. Rank the top 2 teams after the bowl games and have them play for the national title. You never would have had a split national champion then. You would have had that would be epic this year because you'd have Michigan and Washington playing in the Rose Bowl. You'd have Florida State playing Georgia in the Orange Bowl. You'd have Alabama in the Sugar Bowl, and you'd have Texas in the Fiesta Bowl. And we'd be watching all of those games because they would all have playoff implications or top 2 for national title implications. You know how epic that would be? You would make more games relevant.
Yeah, I think what they should do in the NFL too, by the way, is they should just start a coaches poll and a Football Writers Association of America poll and not even have the playoffs. I think that would be a great idea.
I don't think they should have a playoff in the NFL.
You know, oh my gosh.
No,
you've gotten soccer on the brain, haven't you?
Premier League soccer does well because they do this. Okay, here's by the way, the playoff ruined baseball. Baseball has died in ratings ever since they added the wild card in 1994. It's the stupidest decision they ever made. Okay?
Baseball's on the way back. They let their game get slow, and they let managers take advantage with the shifts and the other things, and not to mention that everybody tries to hit home runs. Baseball has problems, but it ain't the playoffs.
First of all, baseball first-round buys are stupid. The team with the best record now gets a first-round bye in the playoffs in baseball. That's so dumb because you don't want to buy when you're in rhythm. It hurts you to have a first-round bye. It's the dumbest thing ever. NFL, here's what I do, and I'm dead serious about this, Dave. I would do this in a heartbeat. There's 32 teams. You know what I do? I would expand it to 40 teams. Okay, I'd expand the NFL to 40 teams.
They're like, that is
you play in the AFC and the NFC. You just play all 19 teams in your conference. Round robin. The team with the best record goes to the Super Bowl in each conference. Boom. Period. End of story. Team with the best record goes to the Super Bowl in each conference, and they play in the Super Bowl. I don't like expanded playoffs. Make the regular season more fun. Make the regular season great again. I want a hat. Make the regular season great again.
That's what we need. That's what we need. Take a strong political stand on that. That's exactly what we need.
Our theme is make the regular season great again. If you guys want to know why America's going downhill, it's because we're devaluing regular seasons in sports, guys. Okay, that is the worst thing happening to America right now, is that we've devalued the regular season in every sport. First of all, Dave, we're going to be analyzing Tennessee basketball throughout the regular season this year, and we're going to be like, oh, okay, they won a game. What are they going to do in March? Oh, okay, well, they won a game. What are they going to do in March? We sacrificed all of that for 3 weeks of fun in March.
Listen, I'm anti-authority for the most part. I tend to buck what the consensus says, but I love the 12-team playoff and how they put together the buys and the home games. I just love it. Jeff says I agree with a lot of what Caleb says, but he is wrong about this.
Home games. Oh my gosh, I forgot it's home games. So Liberty is going to travel to Georgia. They're going to play in Athens, and you're telling me that's going to be entertaining?
Well, no, Liberty would have to. Oh yeah, Georgia. Yeah, they would play at Georgia. Okay, I'm excited.
That is absolutely ridiculous. Liberty playing at Georgia again. I want the video of what Liberty's former president Jerry Falwell Jr. was doing in the bedroom. Send me that video. I'll just watch that, and that'll be more entertaining than this.